What is going on, Bulls Nation? So the Bulls finally had a convincing win in this very early season, but this is one of those few instances. So we're going to talk about this game and the Bulls win right after this.
Get the lowdown on one of the most iconic basketball teams in the world. You're listening to Chicago
All right,
Bulls
Bulls Nation.
Nation.
So we are 2-5 coming into this game. Now we're 3-5, which is I'm very happy about because you can chalk up the win against Indiana in Toronto. It's kind of like fluky, right? Like they're like fluke games out there. However, this one showed dominance. Well, Utah also helped us with their turnovers. They were turning the ball over. But the encouraging part is that we hit so many three-pointers, changed the complexion of the game. Andre Drummond. There's so many good things about this game. Patrick Williams, ever since the benching, he has kind of been alive for this Bulls team. But the biggest takeaway, at least for me, for this past 3-4 games now, is Jevon Carter. I mean, I always liked the guy for his dog mentality. I know he was a pretty decent shooter. He hit 40% last year. So that's a pretty good statistics. But I always thought that he benefited from having Giannis on the game, and he didn't take so many shots. But this year, he didn't have Giannis. The guy can shoot, and he can defend, and he's a pest. I love this guy. I love him and Torrey Craig. Very underrated move for the Bulls. If they had a better record than what they do have now, a lot of people are going to talk about those key moves, but they are, I would say, winning players. Players you want on your team because they just do the right thing. The problem with the Bulls is they're so inconsistent that we got, several players like that. We got Alex Caruso. I would even put Andre Drummond on that team, even though he makes, dumb-headed moves every once in a while. Ayo Dosunmu is one of those guys who just makes winning plays. It's not sexy. It doesn't show up a lot on the scoreboard, but like Alex Caruso, you know what his value is. And I know what Jevon Carter and Torrey Craig brings to the table. If our stars would just, play like stars on any given night, we got 3 of them supposedly. This would happen a lot. But man, Kobe White, 4 out of 6 from three-pointer. Patrick Williams, 2 out of 4. This is not going to happen every night. Let's just be honest here. We're not going to shoot this well at a consistent basis. But if we can have a go-to move, open up the floor, and Vooch, man. Vooch is not playing well this past few games. You better stop yelling at Billy. I mean, if you are going to yell at him and you want possession, whenever you do get it and touch it, you got to make the most out of it, because honestly, I think Drummond has been outplaying him so far this season. Zach played better tonight than what he did against Denver, 24 instead of 12. That's a huge improvement. But again, this is Utah Jazz that we played, so let's not get too excited here. We're gonna play Phoenix now on Wednesday, so this party is gonna be short-lived, because Phoenix is led by Kevin Durant. I don't think their shooting guard is gonna come back yet. I don't know if Bradley Beal is gonna play. I think he will, but I don't know. I mean, this Bulls team on paper, I like the roster. I like the roster a lot. They got some hard workers like Carter and Caruso. When they are on the floor together, man, the defense, they're suffocating Utah. Jevon is obviously not as tall and not as a versatile defender as Lonzo, but as good as you can ask for. He's like the younger version of Pat Beverly. Maybe not as intense in defense, but he certainly has the edge when it comes to scoring and three-point shot. He doesn't hesitate. He knows what he wants to do. He wants to shoot, and he is going to shoot it. And at some point, the defense is going to have to respect that, open up the floor for Levine and DeRozan and Vooch whenever somebody does that. And also when Kobe White shoots like this with 7 assists, it also doesn't hurt. And you see This is what happens when the Bulls do click. We do have the roster for it. I can't ask for them to hit their shots all the time, but if you put them in a position like this, I think they will. You know, the complexion of the game changed when, look at that defense by Torrey Craig. Look at that. And Zach here attacking. And that's one thing too. Zach attacked the rim this time. And when you do that, the defense collapses, you can kick it out, and you get more open looks. A higher percentage for, you know, somebody like Kobe or Torrey Craig to nail down the shots when they're open look. But hey, man, happy about this win. I'm excited for Wednesday. If Booker doesn't play, I think we do have a shot. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below how you feel about this game. Subscribe to the channel if you're a Bulls fan. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday in the next video.